Hello, my name is Andrew Kohlmeyer. I'm a medical massage therapist, and I would like to talk to you about dementia and the mechanisms behind it. So, dementia is basically a bone remodeling fault. So you don't remodel your bones right, and that mineralization that is in your bones goes up into your brain and turns it into a concrete mayhem of dementia. So that is not great. So what happens with that? So you have two cells that control bone remodeling. You have osteoclasts that pull the mineralization out of the bone. They're like little acid slugs that go across your bone. And then you have osteoblasts. So those are the cells that supposedly are going to put it back in. So what happens is you can have flow issues with lymphatics that are going to raise cortisol levels. That cortisol is going to block the osteoblasts from doing their job. So you have this big muscle here in the back called trapezius. You lose the border here for drainage. This pressure rises here, and that pressure rise includes cortisol. So that cortisol blocks bone remodeling. All of the bones under here go up in your brain and they mineralize it. It's not good. Yeah, it's not a good thing. So what you can do about that is, fix the drainage issue here, how this drains up into your neck. This is called the thoracic duct, and it goes right into the subclavian vein and then right into the heart. So you want nice flow to keep that cortisol moving along, chugging along in the body. Chugging along, yeah. And so that is a big issue. So you don't want to get mineralization too much in here. And it's, the general setup for people is they have enough osteoclasts and osteoblasts. They have a nice ratio between that. So some people don't, and they have a poor ratio of osteoblasts versus osteoclasts. So they don't have enough of the good guys to put that mineralization back in the bone. So they get really, really into a lot of trouble when they lose that border there. It all turns to a brick. Your head's on top of that brick. So that's the deal with that. So what do you do about it? This is all I do all the time in here. I'm doing this so much because there's a lot of people that have that ratio difference and they get into trouble with this. So I have to make sure I clean that border out in there. But more importantly, there's two stupid supplements that you can take for that resolve it. You don't have to take anything magical. One is already in your body, so your body does not care about you taking it. It's called taurine. Taurine keeps you from having explosive adrenaline fits, basically. So what happens when you have this border backed up, you're carrying more adrenaline in there, not just cortisol. So you go into a spastic rage monkey when something makes you angry and you freak out. So what is going to happen with that? You're going to hit your adrenal gland, and that's going to pump more of those chemicals into you. You're going to be it's not going to work out. You're going to be having a rough go. So you can take taurine that keeps you from ramming adrenaline into your heart and making you a total monster. I don't know. And there's to control the lymphatic flow, there's another one called ashwagandha. It's a plant root. Who cares? It's not going to really do anything as far as there's not really any side effects to it. It's a plant root. So what happens with that? So you ingest that. It changes the affinity of how your gut drains into that thoracic duct. So your pressure gets low internally, and then you don't have all that high pressure externally, on the outside of that. Your muscle, your fascia layers and all these muscle compartments, they get lower pressure. So what happens with that? You're carrying less adrenaline and cortisol up through to your heart, out into your kidneys and out of your body. You're getting rid of it. So you're getting rid of that chemistry faster. And what happens? Oh my God, the mineralization goes away. Wow, that's freaking brilliant. You know, like, what is going on with dementia? It's so frustrating to deal with this with people, and you'd have to think, why is that ratio difference there? You know, it's like you're a prehistoric, person just going about your business and you break your freaking arm, so it's going to mineralize that. Why is it going to mineralize? Because that high cortisol value with the swelling is going to turn that into a cast. You couldn't go get a nice little cast. So those people lived. They didn't have like some rotten arm on their body, and so that bloodline carried on down the line. So here we are today dealing with people with early onset dementia. So that's the, that ratio difference problem in those people. It starts at like 17 in some people, so they start to lose, they get that curve in their back and all that. Yeah, so that's dementia. Okay, so I don't know. Can we sort this out? Like, why is it so hard? It's not hard. It shouldn't be hard, so I really, really would love to just give that to the world. Like, hey world, like, can we stop that? You don't have to, you work your whole life. You want to have a nice retirement. You want to see, your family grow and all the fun stuff. You want to watch Star Wars 17, whatever. All right, okay, that's the talk for today. Bye, thanks.